I don't know if you've ever had a chance to watch comedy with a comedian, because it's the weirdest thing. And it sort of touches on what we were just talking about before the camera started to roll. They don't laugh at anything. They sit there like this. That was very funny.
Oh, yes, that's right. That's right.
That was very funny.
That's right.
But there's no laughing.
No.
Barely a smile. You know?
No. It's great. That's right. Years and years ago, I read for something in L.A. I think it was a governor in JJ or something. And I went in and I was having an audition, and I walked. There were producers on each side. And I walked, and I had to go to the very end through these and to a phone. The scene was on the phone, and I had to do a phone thing. And as I was walking through, they were saying, oh, he makes me laugh just to look at him. Oh, yeah. No, we're going to get this. This is going to be it, I think. And you're getting this, as you say, not a twinkle. Yeah. And I go all the way, and I have my phone thing and the thing, and that'll be fine, Gordon. And I got up, I hung up, walked up, and it's too bad somebody wasn't directly in front of me to show me where I was going or where I'd come from, because I walked right into a closet. I came out and said, and still, you know, nobody was really paying. And I walked out, and I'm halfway up, and John Biner was going in for his, or just came out of his, and then somebody followed him and said, Gordon, they want you to come back again and maybe do it with an English accent. Oh. So I walked in again and right down past these people, and no comments this time. And I went up to the phone, and I did this thing, and when it was over, thanks Gordon, walked up, right in the closet again. Now, there's nothing worse in anybody's, kind of catalog of humor that could go and talk about no reaction. I mean, it was just, oh, sure.
Well, Barry Morse told me one time when I said, if you look back over the past, what are some of the more sort of highlights of your career? And he said, you know what, as an actor, being an actor for as long as I've been, the only important job is the next one.
As he told me the same thing,
yeah.
I swear to you, when I first met him, and he said, yeah. And I got one of my habits from him. He said, say yes to everything.
Yeah.
Say yes to it all. And you can always change. You can always do something. But in Canada especially. And take that job for a reason. Mm-hmm. It doesn't matter. Find a reason. And if it's not good material, if it's nothing good about it, if the money is useful, there's your reason, usually. I did one of those spooky things out in Vancouver at one point, a couple of years ago. And a lovely black actress from L.A. came up, and she didn't smile the whole time. It wasn't a smiling piece, but she let everyone know very quickly she hated everything around her. And she knew that she was going to have a career or something down there.
Right. She
hated her agent for sending her. She hated the property, the material. Had no interest in the people she was acting with, and so on. And I, being of my age, I guess you feel you can say things. Right. And I said to her, Lisa, whatever you do, get something from whatever you do. Right. Get something from it. It doesn't matter. Was it a good trailer? Did you, and she said, yeah, well, She said, well, I don't like it, and I don't like the script, and I've never been to Canada, but I'm not fond of that. And I said, find something. Yeah. Well, what a waste it's been. Geez, you've been at it a long time. Can you remember this or remember that? And I said, I don't remember doing as much as you're saying. I don't remember all of that. I remember tomorrow as being the freshest, newest day and the best thing. And I think what came from that, why that was because of the way it's been here in this country. Right. So that if I ever felt like being jaded or laying back a bit or say not caring such and such for an award or something, right, I'd call myself right up on the carpet right away and say, You know how tough it is in this country?
Yeah.
You know, these things do not happen. To have a full life of all of the stuff you've done and maybe jumping from one thing to another. And I have a daughter who reminds me anyway, about 4 times a day. And, you know, and every time something happens, a bit of good news or any kind of news, you know, I'm on the phone to her fast and say, hey, I think I got this job.
Yeah.
And the feeling has been that way from the very beginning. And I feel as though everything I do reminds me of why I got into the business. And I have no interest in slowing down, certainly not in slowing down. The whole idea of, you know, I get people coming up to me now and saying with that strange, quizzical look, you're still at it. Still going, are you, Gordon? It's amazing, you know, and I can't recall ever not having that feeling.
Right.
Of being on the move, you know, and knowing that the best idea can come tomorrow. I think of Sarah's movie and the very thing.
I mean,
if I felt like quitting, I might have been close to where that began, but no. Suddenly one of the better jobs I've ever had.
Well, and certainly, I mean, the acclaim that came along with that was, and I love the quote here where you were asked, how does it feel to become an overnight star in the United States at the age of 76?
I know. And I got interviewed by somebody down there, and I said, I don't understand that. I played the president of the States in 1969. This is 2007. I'm on a roll. Don't tell me I'm not working here. I've been down here, you know.
Well, I as I was watching Away from Her, I was so taken with the stillness that you were able to bring to it. I was so taken with the kind of, I knew what your character was thinking even when you weren't saying anything. And that's something that comes with just working an awful lot and learning how to do that on screen.
I suppose it does.
Yeah.
It comes in believability to it, I suppose, in what you're on about in your life within the framework of the film. I used a technique that was not probably I was not able to use in too many occasions, I think. But anyway, I thought I would try it for this particular one, and that is that while the other thing was going on, the ailment, the illness and so on, I chose to think a bit like the man on the street who didn't know much about this. If I could stay in that uneducated state and just watch and react to each moment, then each moment would be real to me.
Right.
And first time. If I could do that, then I think I'd be taking it along a more realistic path that most ordinary people could understand. I mean, you know, and it's true that the Alzheimer thing has touched a good many of us these days, probably not as many years ago. So with that in mind, I knew that, so it's now become part of the education, and that's fine, it's there, but now it was just a matter of listening, watching, waiting, what's the next step? Then when you're told, hey, it's going to get worse, you're hearing that for the first time. Again, it's back to the old line. Everything happens for the first time. And but bring 2 things with you. It's another rule of solid drama for young people. Bring 2 things with you all the time. Don't just go in with one thought, one idea.
Right.
So that you have, you know what you're going to, do. You have to react in a certain way, but at the same time, you're thinking, I hope this is not true, you know, because I love this person. I don't want our lives to change.
Right.
You know?